G'day guys and gal, this is Rollo, my 10-month-old Belgian Shepherd. A lot of people have been saying I'm overdue for puppy posting tax, because he is quite literally the cutest little shit on the planet. You're a bit camera shy there, buddy. You've cost daddy so much money in replacements and repairs, haven't you? You're so expensive. But yeah, he's pretty heavy these days, so I'm going to put him down, but consider the puppy tax paid. I'm not the biggest fan of the word bearers. Not in a I don't think they should exist sort of way, they are great villains. No, it's more so they are so insufferably zealous, stuck up and preachy that I genuinely cheer whenever they get massacred. Like bro, the second half of the Battle of Calth, where the Ultramarines rally and start getting vengeance against the word bearers, got me wet as hell. No Fear remains in my opinion in the top 3 best Horus Heresy books and will make anyone who reads it an instant Ultramarine fan. So it may surprise you that one of my favourite characters is actually a word bearer, Barthusa Narik, the word bearer who was like, "God damn, my Primarch sucks balls," and set out on a galactic conquest in order to try and assassinate Lorgar. Many people refer to him as a loyalist word bearer, but I don't know about that. This dude has killed a shitload of loyalists in his time, just as he has killed a shitload of traitors, which just adds extra spice to how sick of a character he really is. Before we get started, it's Friday baby, and you know what that means. New major mini launch. This time it's Narek, the bearer of the word. Yeah, it looked a bit on the nose, but fuck it. This incredibly resourceful warrior has no legion or allegiance, just a single-minded quest to destroy his father. This was actually a bit of an experimental model. We wanted to capture the raw power of his sniper, so we added a bunch of smoke and impact effects, all of which are optional. Narek is also extremely practical, so he wears highly tactical Spec Ops power armor that reflects that. Model also comes with 3 head variants. We have the bear head, bold of course, he's a word bearer, a tactical helmet, and a helmet with hood variant, which yeah look, a hooded helmet is completely pointless, but it looks cool. We scaled him up perfectly to tabletop, with his armor being covered in inscriptions, paying homage to the legion he abandoned. If you aren't already frothing at the mouth at this model, then firstly, what is wrong with you? And secondly, just wait until you check out the lore in this video. On top of Narek, we're also bringing back the major mini carry case. Small, lightweight but strong carry cases. We launched and sold out of these a few months back, so we're doing a limited restock. I filmed a video of me destroying these cases with models inside to prove their strength, and I transported my armies from my old place to my new place using them without issue. The first insert is perfect for Orcs, Space Marines and Eldar. The second is perfect for Custodes, big Space Marines or bigger Orcs, with the middle section being modular, so you can just put whatever you want in there, then use the foam bits to keep it secure or secure the other squares. All of these links and launches will be below. Today we'll go over the life of Barthusa Narik, detailing who he was, why he broke away from the word bearers, but then also didn't join Malcador's Knight Errant to become a loyalist, and what became of him. Let's get into it. Barthusa was a very dedicated bearer of the word. He believed heavily in the original creed of the word bearers, that being that the emperor was a god. However, he was also extremely pragmatic. He saw the shift in his legion and he noticed the secret purges that were happening within the word bearers. Those word bearers who did not renounce their beliefs in the emperor and turned to the dark powers were murdered and disappeared, so he continued along with the status quo, appearing to serve the new ruinous powers. We don't really know anything about Narek before the heresy or his early life, but from the bits and bobs we can collect, it's clear that he was a respected and fearsome word bearer, known to be a killer and was wickedly good with a gun, knife or anything really. He was easily the best scout marine in the Legion. However, when the Legion began praising chaos, a lot of respect was taken from the more martial word bearers like Narik and given to the Dark Apostles due to their closeness and apparent favouring by chaos. Narik was further knocked down the food chain when during the Isfahan dropsite massacre, he was wounded by the Raven Guard, which ended up fucking up one of his legs, requiring augmetics to fix, which subsequently slowed him down and kicked him out of the Scout Marines. Now some people think Narik was loyal the entire time and was just faking his loyalty to chaos. This isn't entirely accurate. Sure, he was never that keen on chaos and he resisted its influence, but he was still definitely a traitor. During a mission where Narik was serving a dark apostle called Elias, everything would change. Narik was searching for a man called John Grammaticus who had recently gotten possession of a special relic called the fulgurite. It was a shard of the Emperor's psychic might that was immensely powerful. It had the ability to kill perpetuals amongst other things. John wanted it due to his alien overseers, the Cabal, ordering him to retrieve it in order to set up the assassination of Vulkan, an event that would doom the loyalists and make an imperial victory impossible. The word bearers wanted it for their own ends, thinking they could corrupt the power within it for their own goals. Whilst the squad of loyalist shattered legionnaires, led by Artellus Numion, first captain of the Salamanders, was also on the world. They weren't really sure what they were doing other than trying to sabotage the word bearers. There was a whole lot of cat and mouse, play and outplay, with word bearers getting killed by shattered legionnaires. However, Narek was very good, managing to whittle down and kill many of the shattered legionnaires in return. It's made clear that if Narek wasn't on the world, the Shattered Legionnaires would have completely decimated the Wordbearer force. Dark Apostle Elias would get possession of the fulgurite, however when he tapped into its power, he was badly burnt and hurt. Some weird magic pedophile Wordbearer was never going to subvert the power of the Emperor. Narek felt the power of the fulgurite, its divine energy, and had an epiphany. The Emperor was indeed a god, the true god. The Chaos Gods were just these parasitic false idols. He was disgusted by his corrupted brothers and he wanted to save them. To do that, he needed to kill the corruption at the source. He needed to kill Lorgar, who was the one that led them down this path of damnation. If he could kill Lorgar, then maybe he could bring his brothers back to the righteous path. He also knew he needed the fulgurite in order to be able to do that, so he came up with his own mission. And trust me, that mission wasn't to become a loyalist. Narek would go on to kill or cause the death of all the remaining loyalists by Artellus Numion. However, John Grammaticus was able to escape with the fulgurite, so Narek knew he needed to track him down. Knowing that John was heading to Macragge and Ultramar, Narek tricked a few of his powerful but deformed Wordbearer brothers into teleporting into Macragge. See, some Wordbearers had these special Athame knives that could cut through reality and teleport them through time and space. Upon arriving at Macragge, the Wordbearers said they basically planned on rampaging through Macragge and killing as many people as possible to sate their own bloodlust. Narek simply replies, interesting, for the Emperor, and fucks them both up with his big-ass custom sniper rifle. Narek was able to find Grammaticus, but a massive clusterfuck of events would happen in quick succession that would end pretty poorly for Narek. Firstly, Conrad and Vulkan started punching on with each other in an epic smackdown, then Narek got tied up in that smackdown, then he was wounded by John's fellow Cabal agent Damon, then he was smacked on his ass by Conrad Curse, and when he awoke, he was imprisoned by the Ultramarines and blamed for the murder of Vulkan. As a side note, which will become relevant later, John's original mission was to give the fulgurite to Conrad Curse, who would then use it to permakill Vulkan, who was unkillable due to his perpetual powers. However, Eldrad Ulthuan spoke to John and told him that he should stop betraying humanity, and that he instead should stab Vulkan, not Conrad. John decided to start batting for the good guys, stabbing Vulkan with the fulgurite, apparently killing him. However, it was just step one on a long road to Vulkan's resurrection and eventual saving of the Imperium. However, another party had been watching Narek during this time as well, Malkador the Sigillite. He saw Narek's resourcefulness and wanted to recruit him to become a legionless knights errant. However, he also knew that Narek was too much of a wordbearer and he was too hellbent on killing Lorgar to be reliable, so he sent a psychic warrior, Caspian Hecht, who rescued Narek and then attempted to override his personality with his own, which would make Narek loyal, reliable, whilst also keeping his skills and resourcefulness. However, during the psychic overwrite, Narek was able to kill Caspian. However, he still got mostly overwritten, thinking himself to be Caspian Hecht. He would link up with the Salamanders, led by Artellus Numion, who were taking Vulkan's corpse back to Nocturne, to either lay him to rest or try bring him back to life. The personality overwrite also changed Narek's appearance, so Numion didn't recognize him. As the Salamanders and Narek traveled to Nocturne, they were assailed by the Death Guard and Wordbearers. The Death Guard wanted Vulkan's corpse as a trophy. The Wordbearers wanted the fulgurite that was still stuck in Vulkan's chest. As a secondary objective, the Wordbearers were also hunting Narek. A Wordbearer who turned their back on Lorgar could not be suffered to live. Narek fought hard and killed many of his former brothers. However, his identity was eventually unveiled to himself, the Wordbearers, and the Salamanders, putting him in a pretty dicey situation. Nobody liked Narek. In an especially badass scene, there was this Wordbearer champion who'd been hyped up all book. He was a beast and had killed multiple Salamander characters. He was personally hunting Narek and it set up a massive showdown. However, it all ended when Narek used the Salamander as unwitting bait, then said Lamau before blowing the Wordbearer champion's head clean off with a single bullet. Narek didn't even break a sweat. He manages to evade death and escapes to the surface of Nocturne. We also get to know a little bit more about his personality, as although he kills anyone that gets in his way, he actively tries not to kill the Salamanders, but he still kills them when he needs to, as evident by the first thing him doing when he arrived on Nocturne was killing a Salamander that was patrolling and taking his stuff. However, the surface of Nocturne sucks dick, and despite taking that Salamander's stuff, he realizes he's going to die. That is until Eldrad Ulthuan appears and is like, yo, I think you're a fucking dick. But you're great at killing and I need someone that can kill. His voice didn't actually echo, I don't know why I did that. Narek is sus, but when Eldrad says he will give him a shard of the fulgurite that he can use to kill Lorgar, Narek agrees to join him. Their duo is pretty funny. Both of them are extremely racist to each other and they hate each other's guts, but they also need each other and respect each other's warrior spirit. Narek helps Eldrad destroy the Cabal to prevent them from continuing to meddle. For one member, Eldrad projects his form onto Narek to distract the powerful Cabal alien Psyker, whilst Eldrad sneaks up behind him and shanks him. For the Eldar Autarch Cabal member, Eldrad and Narek Narek just have to square up against him and his warriors, eventually winning. For the Cabal agent Daemon, who Narek had a score to settle with, they just blasted at each other and had a tussle till Daemon died. As Daemon then began resurrecting due to being a perpetual, they stabbed him with the shard of the fulgurite that they had, a piece they stole off a wordbearer before killing him that the wordbearer had previously taken from the main piece. This killed Daemon permanently. Jon was also there as a prisoner, so they freed him and took him with them. With the Cabal destroyed, their pact was finished. Eldrad gave Narek the fulgurite shard and sent him on his way. Narek went to Terra and rejoined his legion in disguise, as to not be shot on sight. Narek believed Lorgar to be on Terra, however he didn't realize Lorgar wasn't a part of the siege and had been banished by Horus to exile due to Lorgar trying to overthrow him. Narek kills his wordbearer squad and began stalking through the siege, searching for his father with murderous intent. That is the last we see of Narek. With the Horus heresy being over, you could say it was a plotline that was unfinished. However, more than likely we'll see him return during the Scouring series that will probably be announced soon. Perhaps Lorgar's absence from the setting will be tied to whatever action Narek ends up doing. Loyalists from traitor legions always make for interesting characters, but Narek even more so since he was actually just a traitor to everyone except the Emperor, killing loyalists and traitor space marines alike. The Custodes probably would have loved him. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then pick up Narek, the bearer of the word, or a major mini carry case, or just literally anything. Money's money. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more word bearing content. Join the Discord for more memes and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.